What's up guys, and welcome to the 7th part in my load balancing tutorial. So we're almost done. We've done all the heavy lifting and set everything up with our load balancing, and we've gone through how to deal with unexpected errors when they crash unexpectedly. And we've also gone through how to do graceful shutdown of servers for maintenance purposes mainly. So the last thing I want to show you is how we would go about implementing a custom error page. So let's say, for example, that you find some really critical error in the system or something like that, which means that you get to take down the whole cluster. Then you might want to show some, I don't know, default error page, like an HTML page says that with your company logo and all of that fancy stuff that says like, now it's down for planned maintenance and stuff like that. So also you might want to give some errors if like everything should crash. So I'm gonna start with the I'm gonna show you this scenario where the whole cluster have crashed basically. So I'm gonna stop the server 1 and server 2, and so if I do like pm2 list, you can see that I've stopped my application on the server 2, and in here on the server 1 I've also stopped the server. So now both of them are dead. We have no way of communicating with our database or anything like that. So if we try to use this service at the moment as a standard user, you would get response still, but this is because it's the data is cached for a while. So even though everything is dead, you might still get some responses back because of caching. So that's why I still get response. But if I try some other endpoint that's not being cached, you can see that it's dead. So I get a 502 bad gateway. So you don't want to show, you might not want to show this. So let me go ahead and simulate that the caches eventually get emptied. So the way to do it, I think if I go into the home catalog and then wdata and go into the cache, and in here I just remove everything. So like this. Oops, I need to be sudo as well. Alright, so there we go. And I think I also need to restart nginx. Alright, so the service. Wow, everything's in the wrong order. So restart. There we go. So right now the caches should be empty, and which eventually happens after 10 minutes, or if they're for an hour at tops in my configuration that I've set up. So now you can see we get a bad gateway. So now instead what we're going to do is we want to use my configuration file that I created. So if you remember, it's also here in my home catalog for nginx. So I have these errors, and it's in here, just HTML file. So I'm going to go into the configuration, sites available. Sites available, if I can spell it properly. And all right, so now I'm in my configuration file, and just before my location ping that I set up previously, I want to add this clause right here. So it's going to catch a 502, and it's going to redirect to 502.html file here. And then I need to specify my root directory where I keep my errors. So in my wdata and then /errors. And I also need to specify internal for it to work. So let me go ahead and paste that in. Fix the indentation a little bit. And you can also catch multiple. If you want to catch like all 500 errors, you can specify them like this, 505, and you might want to do the same with the 400 statuses if you want to change all of them for some reason. So I'm going to go and save this and sudo service nginx and then reload. So now what's going to happen is that instead of this ugly page, I'm going to get redirected to my custom page that I built, which is also kind of ugly at the moment, but I can pimp it up if I like. So system maintenance, the system is currently down for planned maintenance, you know. So what you can also do is you can fiddle with the response statuses here. So now I don't do anything with them, but if you like, you can instead return a 200. You can check you can Google it. I found this pretty good example how you create custom error pages that I can also put in the description for you to look at if you like. And that's all for this tutorial. I hope you like my series on load balancing, and as always, don't forget to subscribe because I have other tutorial series. I also recommend, if you're into PHP applications, you can also check out my series where I built a PHP framework from scratch. I just start with an index file and just build more and more until it becomes something similar to many of the common frameworks that's being used at the moment. And I also have a series on stress testing, so I also suggest you check that out. But apart from that, leave a comment if anything should be unclear and let me know so I get some feedback on what I'm doing, so that I know if I'm doing the right thing, you know. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.